The first in a series of events to be rolled out by the Savanna Comics Choice Awards, local comedian Tsitsi Chiumya will be hosting this year's Savanna Newcomer Showcase. Now, a fitting choice as a host, the rising comedy star won last year's Newcomer of the Year Awards, as well as a SAFTA for scriptwriting the Puppet Nation team. Well, amongst his achievements was being featured in the BBC Arts Honours with Spike Lee in the same season. The best newcomer recipient joins us now to share more on what can be expected at the awards this year. Very good morning to you, Tsitsi. Welcome.
Good morning.
Looks like this is a comedy show.
No,
man.
yeah, I'm having like an aftermath after everyone is mentioning Ramos there. So it's just like, I'm still thinking of that.
Jeez, man, you'll be host of this year's Savanna Comics Choice Awards.
Yeah. I mean, the Newcomer Showcase, it's amazing, man. Like, it's such a privilege. Just makes me happy, you know?
Yeah. So how has winning the Newcomers Awards changed your life and your career as a comedian?
Definitely has fed me in a year, because obviously, like, at the time, like, I just quit my job to do comedy full time, and winning the award made it easier for me to do certain things, like especially go overseas, because going overseas, people are looking for more accolades than a lot of things. So they're not looking for like, this guy is funny. They're looking for what have you done. So it's like, I've won South Africa's Newcomers Award, and then they're like, okay, this is South Africa's newcomer, and then they put me onto their stages and stuff like that. And also, I did a show with Trevor Noah before I left, so because I went overseas, I just actually came from Germany like a month ago. So doing all that stuff kind of like makes it easier for you, winning an award and having like some kind of things on your comedy curriculum vitae.
Hey, and you've made it in life. You've even featured in the BBC Arts Honours.
Yeah, that was amazing. I didn't even know how they chose me, but you know, they chose me and I did it. It was really fun. I'm going to the UK soon, so that's going to be amazing. I don't think I've made it yet. You see, I'm still skinny, but
no, you'll pick on some weight, eh?
Yeah,
believe me, you will.
One day I'll become like you a little bit.
And, I mean, it's amazing how we keep on referring to the word overseas. Yeah, and you really have arrived, eh?
Yeah, I know. Because the first time I actually got on a plane was about 3 years ago. So I mean, I'm still saying, because I'm still in the honeymoon phase of going overseas.
Overseas,
yeah. Okay. Overseas.
So, how do you come up with your own material?
With my material, I think for me it's like personal experiences that are awkward, you know, like I try and stay away from generalizations generally, right? So what I do is I take like small, awkward, relatable stories and I make them into like material. Like for instance, like yesterday I'd saved some food like at night, because I usually come back at night, save some food, and I'm like, I'm gonna eat this plate in the morning, right? And then I put it in the microwave, and then someone had already ate like my food in the morning, so like, but I had to wash the dish, you know, like you know? So the pain of washing the dish that was carrying the food that you're supposed to eat, you know, so kind of stuff like that. So that's kind of the stuff that I dabble around, you know, like awkward, relatable moments.
Sure.
So that's how I come up with my material.
So do you comedians find other comedians' work funny? I mean, who or what makes you laugh?
Yeah, I mean, I find other comedians' work funny. I think Pops, you know, like Trevor, anyone, like Lavelle Crawford. Like, there's a lot of people you find funny, but the funniest people to me are angry, like old people, like because old people are just inherently angry. I don't know what's going on in their lives.
Hey, good rough, Chief.
Yeah, I think apartheid, it's tough. Man.
Hey, good rough, man. And the most embarrassing thing that happened to you while you were on stage?
Me, I fell once, like, but it wasn't like part of the act, you know. Like I don't like do actions and stuff, but I was walking.
But it looked like you was actually playing.
Yeah, we had one of those mics, and then the crowd is laughing at you, you know, and they're laughing at you. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen. So, and then I fell like hard. And then I hurt myself.
But it served the purpose. People are laughing. That's what you're there for.
No, but the thing is, people think we are clowns. We are not clowns. You know, it's not about clowning. It's about more like, you know, comedic effect. You know, we're trying to make you laugh, not at us.
Sure,
you know?
sure. What do you enjoy most about being a comedian?
I think it's the fact that I get to travel, you know, like doing like a tour, going overseas. Shout out to overseas. So like that's my favorite thing is like get to travel, be busy all the time. Yeah, because you have to like write material and do all that stuff.
Yeah. So what advice do you have for those up-and-coming comedians who will be featured in the Newcomer of the Year lineup?
It's always the same, and I always say I want to meet you, like, because it's 24 comedians. I always say I want to meet 24 different people, because people always make it seem like, when you come to a big stage, obviously, like, people are from different countries, like places, like Eastern Cape, Limpopo, all these places. They come and they feel like they have to do what the standard of comedy is, but they forget that whoever they were in their little towns, that's what got them to that place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, I expect to meet different people, 24 different people. So talk about yourself, talk about something really authentic. Don't like try and generalize and say these people do this, these people do, because no one knows it. Because I'm from Limpopo, and people always say people from Limpopo do this. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. Like and they always talk about all these generalizations. Like, no, just talk about your experiences with that same person that you met from Limpopo, or that same person that you met from Venda, from Eastern Cape, whatever. Don't generalize and like make statements that could hurt other people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Look, man, I am not a comedian, and I would imagine the most awkward thing that would happen to any comedian out there is when you carry out your set and then no one laughs, apart from your mom, of course.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing, but you just tell another joke, I guess.
How do you deal with that, though?
You tell another joke.
Tell another joke,
yeah,
right?
But sometimes, here's the thing, right? I mean, I'm sure you also have a bad day one day, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes you just have a bad day, but the thing is, it's our job to make people laugh. So, like, whatever's going on in your life, that doesn't matter when you're on stage, But also, like, a stage has also a kind of aura that doesn't exist in the world.
Yep.
So when you get on stage, it doesn't matter if, like, you've been dumped, you don't have money, all these things doesn't matter. What matters is what you're about to do on the stage, and to respect the people, because most of these people are paying to come watch the show. So you can't like, be be off par. You have to be every single time,
So what would you be doing if you were not a comedian?
Making video games.
Okay.
It's pretty easy, because that's what I left my job as making video games to do comedy. So if I wasn't doing comedy, I would be making video games and sad, I know it sounds funny.
And traveling overseas, eh?
Yeah. Traveling overseas.
You know what I'm saying? All the best, man, hey?
I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for coming through.
Yeah.
Well, ever since Limpopo native Tsitsi Chiumya took to the comic stage, she's been a force to be reckoned with throughout South Africa and overseas. And we just spoke to him on the upcoming Savanna Comics Choice Awards, and what can be expected.
Do you think he'll take you with when he goes overseas?
No, I'm not going. I'm not coming with.
Well,